Thank you for taking your time out of your day to hear our take, bringing a new spin to an old technology, protein mixes and protein shakes. My name's Eric Rollins. I'm the Chief Executive Officer for Protein Packs. With me is Dustin Steffa, our Chief Marketing Officer, Ken Magny, our Chief Technical Officer, and Jasmine Plummer, our Chief Financial Officer. So I'm going to jump right in. I know your time is valuable, and I don't want to take up any more of it than absolutely necessary to convey our messaging. The problem that exists in the market today is protein shakes are very messy. The packaging, the containers that they come in are very large. It doesn't conveniently fit in a gym bag. It's not something you can carry on the go with you. You get a glopping effect because we've packed the protein mix into these scoops and then drop that into liquid. So just like if you've ever baked and you have brown sugar and you pack it in and then you drop it into something, you have to break it apart. And so the shakers today require us to have these shaker balls to try to break up that gloppiness. And as you can see, that there's still quite a bit of room in that shaker ball, right? There's still a lot of room for this gloppy, not smooth shake. So there's a lot of problems inherent in the technology that exists today, from the mass to the size to the mixing, actually. And then most importantly in today's society is time, right? Time is our most valuable commodity. It flies by. Our society demands everything on the go, on the instant. What we've decided to do is change this. Let's change this model. We're going to drop, let it soak for about 10 to 20 seconds, shake, and enjoy our shakes. This is a cleaner, simpler, easier to use. We can carry it in our gym bag. It's pre-measured, so there's no measuring. Much easier system. How we're getting to this technology is the package that you see there in the center of the screen is a water-soluble protein-based membrane, so it's completely consumer-grade, edible. This technology's been around for a while. It's being used in the food industry across the world. One area, if you've ever taken a cruise, a lot of cruise ships have adopted this. It's pre-measured. They don't have to have the bulky containers anymore. They don't have to take time to measure when you're trying to prepare food for 5,000, as you can imagine. It's really time constrained. I know that I've got 4 tablespoons of cayenne pepper. So this is a technology that's been around, that has been tested on humans, that is 100% safe. What we're going to do is put this in a protein mix. How we get away from that gloppiness is part of this technology. So by having a thinner packet that's going to distribute more evenly through the fluid that we base this in. And yes, this will dissolve in milk, in soy milk, in water. If you wanted to, you could put it in your Gatorade. Any liquid will dissolve this protein pack. And because of the way it attacks from all angles in a thinner, you don't get that glopping effect. So you don't have to have the shaker balls, and you can simply shake in 30 seconds and enjoy your protein shake. This is pretty unique, and that's part of our Blue Ocean strategy. Our uniqueness is going to create demand. We've done some focus groups, and we've seen sizable demand. The surprise to us was the price point that was suggested by our focus groups was significantly higher than what we were initially targeting. Some of the areas that we're going to need to work on, and some of your funding will help us, is market recognition and building the distribution channels. So those are the 2 areas we're going to work on. We know that we can win in the innovation battle. Many people have already asked where can they get our product. And then we also know that our price point we can adjust comfortably with a good margin for our investors and for our shareholders. So our business model is that Protein Pack is going to be everywhere on the go. Right? We're going to be available in grocery stores. We're going to be available at the local gyms, where they'll be able to, as we said before, have a higher margin, be able to price these significantly higher. We're going to work with the major distribution channels of vitamin shops and GNC, and ideally, we'd like to have an exclusive with the vitamin shops or GNC, but we're open to different suggestions in that area. And of course, they'll be online. We've already begun negotiations with Amazon and how to get our product a page on Amazon, as well as for pushing us up whenever somebody looks for energy drinks, protein supplements, etc. We're going to try to make sure that we're marketing ourselves near the top of those search engines. So let's look at some projections really quickly. How are we going to go to market? You can see our timeline is pretty well thought out. We're looking at about a 25-week timeline to ramp up from where we are today to a full-scale production. What we need to get there. We need $200,000 for the first run in marketing. First run is going to carry us through about 180 days of delivery. After that, we'll be self-sufficient. The ROI will begin at that point. We're estimating a 2-year ROI at 20%. So you'll make your $200,000 back in 2 years, and the additional 20% we're estimating over the next 3 to 6 months. Depending a little bit of sales will determine how fast the additional can be paid out. Ideally, we'd like to pay it as quickly as possible. Target marketing. So the largest consumers of protein powders are men in the ages of 24 to 38 years old, people in general who care about health, somebody who is really an on-the-go. A lot of the millennials would feel this will be a big sell with millennial people, as well as those who are very fitness conscious, right? Somebody that's working out, people that are trying to lose weight. There's a lot of area that protein shakes can add value to people. We're going with a branded house strategy. The idea is that with protein packs, it's very generic. It does tell a little bit of the story of what the product is, but it also allows expansion into other things like protein bars, energy drinks, etc. So as we build out the brand, we can grow within this name. Doesn't mean that we wouldn't consider selling to a branded to a house of brands. And if that opportunity arises, we'll have to discuss that with the investors and the shareholders and what makes the most sense. So right now we're gearing towards a branded house, but again, with this name, it does kind of distinguish the product. It could work in a branded house of brands, excuse me. So some of the advertising examples that we're going to move forward with. As I said before, millennials will be a big part of the market demographic that we're going to hit. So we're going to heavily work on ads on Spotify and iHeartRadio, particularly those two, because what do people do when they work out? Nowadays, everybody's got earbuds on or headphones on, and everybody goes to the running or to the gym with some sort of music playing. These two are the two leading area for that demographic. As we've learned, most of the millennials prefer to listen to the ads than pay for the music, so we feel we have a great opportunity to, especially if we target the right music styles, rap, hip-hop, hard rock. If we can target those radio styles, we'll get a great saturation. We will do a little bit of print advertising in like Fitness Magazine. We're not going to heavily focus on that, but there will be some investment made in that area. Social media will be definitely a key for us. We'll be pushing for Instagram ads. We'll be working with Snapchat and others to move our name. All of us on the team have fairly large 500 plus LinkedIn groups. We all have different levels of Facebook and Instagram. So we're going to use ourselves, our families, to start the promotion already. And then our guerrilla marketing strategy will be a little bit of the in-store and gym demos. The team that I introduced you to before will break up. We'll go around the country to the large warehouses, the Costco's and Sam's Clubs, put on demonstrations, as well as go to the busier gyms. We're going to have to do a little bit of market demographics to make sure which gyms and what times they have the target audience. That should be fairly easy to find. So with all that said, this is a great opportunity for you to invest in a technology that's going to change fitness. It's going to change the way people consume their protein as well as live. They can carry it easier on the go, which will enhance people's desire to enjoy protein shakes. Thank you very much for your time. We look forward to working with you.